Yes, my people, Big PROZECH back again with another video. My people, welcome. You already know what we do here. It's sneakers, kicks and creps. And today, once again, we have an episode of our amazing podcast, KicksKhronicles. And you know what KicksKhronicles is about, man? KicksKhronicles is an opportunity for us to take a little stroll down memory lane with some really cool people. We go all the way back to the Genesis. We found out what drew them to this beautiful kick game. And we take a stroll all the way to the modern day and find out what's currently on feet and what they like, what they don't like, what's going on. You get me? Today, my guest is literally, he's a legend in the game. I ain't blowing smoke.
Oh, man.
Man's out here. You get me? And he's been out here. You get me? He's got time in this thing, and we have to show respect. Fam, we're in the presence of royalty. Are you all right, bro? Fam, we are talking to Franklin Boateng, aka the King of Trainers, in the house. My guy, what is kicking, bro?
I appreciate you, man. Thank you. That was a great intro, man. I need to hire you for my next appearance.
Bro, I am available. Trust it. Trust that, bro. But like, Franklin, like, this is literally a pleasure and a privilege to have you on. Like, it's just amazing, bro. So yeah, I do really appreciate it. A fellow countryman, you know, you get me, man. We're out here, man, supporting ourselves, man. Like, it's amazing, bro. It's amazing. So yeah, bro, let's get into it. First and foremost, before we get into like the nuts and bolts of what we usually talk about, there's something I just have to ask you. You get me, bro?
Yeah, shoot.
King of Trainers, bro. That is you, bro. Your Highness, bro.
I appreciate it.
You can see the crown in the background. You know what I'm saying? The cape is there. He's probably got a scepter behind the thing. He's probably using it as a little tripod. You get me? Like, he's out here, bro. Talk to me about the name, bro. The King of Trainers.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is the name, you know, I'm not going to say how old I am, but it goes back to the early 80s. And, you know, my mum loved tennis. I've said this story many a times. My mum loved tennis. She loved like people like Boris Becker and stuff like that. So when he won the championship, she would just buy me like anything a tennis player would wear. Like, you know, in those days, like, you know, it was about sports. So you go, Mommy, Boris Becker wears these, or such and such wears these, and then they'll be like, oh, it must be good, okay. Like, you know, that type of situation. And literally I was blessed that she was into sports. My mum used to play table tennis and things like that. So she was into sports, so I can kind of get away with kind of finessing in that way. And literally back in those days, in the 80s, if you had a name brand pair of trainers, bro, it was it was something special. Like, lights so
out, bro. You were the
man. So it was a nickname. It was literally it was a nickname. And I think a lot of people don't know it was a nickname. They think that, you know, I'm a lot older than a lot. So when I came into the social media era, people didn't understand. Oh, how comes you just got the name just like that? Do you get what I mean? Nah, and it was never like that. And I never, you know, I am opinionated, but I never kind of brag and belittle. It was never a thing to be above anyone. Do you get what I mean? Like, if people follow my page, I support people as much as I can. Like, you know, I put people on, I pay people, I give people money, I you know, I alert people to drops and stuff like that. So it was never been about being better than anyone, you know.
No, I can truly appreciate that, because like, I've been watching your page for a minute. I will tell a little story of how I got to know about you, but like, essentially, like, just talking about your page and just talking about the persona of the king, you get me? Like, it's never seemed to be it's kind of like a character that you kind of lean into once in a while, because at the end of the day, it's entertainment. I'm saying, and that's completely fine, because I like playing them games as well. You get me? Like, it's just one of them things that give people a little bit of enjoyment, a little bit of happiness. You get me? Like, and we're talking about something that we love, so why shouldn't we laugh at the same time? So
that's it.
Gravy. But like, small story before we get into the nuts and bolts notes of this interview, bro. Like, we've got a mutual friend. His name is Cephas Williams. He's the reason why I'm talking to Franklin today.
Got you.
We grew up together, and I reached out to him when I was floating the idea and workshopping the idea of the podcast, and I said to him, you know what, bro, if you have anyone in your circle, if you're interested, boom, boom, boom. And he's like, yeah, I'm interested, but fam, I know this guy, and I don't know if you know this, but fam, he's the king of trainers, bro. And I'm like, king of trainers?
Big up Cephas, man.
Big up Cephas, bro. And I was like, cool. So this is the story now, So hear this now. I send Franklin a message on IG, and this is what I thought I was doing, right? Because there was another so I sent him the message, I didn't get a response, and I'm thinking, fam, what God? I didn't realize I sent it to the wrong account. I sent it to the wrong account. You get me? So I'm thinking, boom, I didn't get. I'm like, okay, maybe because the truth is, your numbers are crazy, bro. Like well over 100,000. I think it's last time I looked, it was like 122,000 people followers on your social media, like, and that's just on Instagram. Like, it's crazy. You get me? So it's well within his rights to say, you know what? Maybe the dude didn't see it. Like, I'm sure this guy's getting 1 million messages a day. Tuesday. So like, I left it, and we started obviously doing the podcast, blah blah blah. Right. Fast forward to probably 3 weeks, a month ago, I'm putting my dark mochas on consignment at Mr. Sneaker. Shout out Mr. Sneaker. You get me? I walk into Mr. Sneaker, Bethnal Green's own. You get me? Walk in, and bro, I'm in the midst of royalty. I did not know, and I was not prepared. I walk in just with my trainers in hand. I look to my left. And my guy is there, like in full thing. And I'm like, well, look at the serendipity of the situation.
Indeed.
Like, this is perfect. You get me? Like, because the truth is, I knew in my mind that, you know what, if I get a chance to actually see the guy, dap him up, like, we can actually have a convo. And we didn't, obviously, because you were working, and we could get into what you were doing a little bit later if you want to, obviously. But, like, and people keep your eyes peeled because he's got some stuff bubbling, like, just that, you know, I was seeing a few bits and pieces, you get me? But like, long story short, we got each other's details. Like I said, I'm doing this thing. He's like, fam, send me a message, man. We'll work it out. You get me? I have to also thank you because I managed that day to see in the flesh one of the grails of, like, the grail of a grail that I've wanted to see my whole life, which is the Red Octobers. You know what I'm saying? When you're rolling with the king, what I didn't know was, is that, like, Mr. Sneaker wants to impress the king. He just draws for the Red October and just hands him. He sees man's on live. He's trying to get the numbers up. He draws for the Red October and just hands him the live. And the Red October just goes past my eyes like this, bro. If I'd have touched it, I'd have put my hand inside and dash out, but I didn't want to do that. You get me? But like, it was an absolutely. So, bro, once again, amazing experience. Thank you so much for doing this.
No problem.
Let's walk all the way back and let's get into the genesis of the thing. You get me? You mentioned your mum. You mentioned Boris Becker. Shout out Boris Becker. My brother was a massive fan as well. You get me? There was a kick. There always is a one. You get me? A Genesis kick. The one that said, you gotta have me. One that said, you know what? If you have me, the situation's gonna change. You get me? And for somebody like yourself, you know what? I have to know, what was that one kick that said to you, you know what, if you get me, I'm gonna change the situation for you?
Wow, I mean, because I've been into trainers a very long time, and I feel it wasn't really like a particular kick. It was probably like a moment, you know, like, and I mean, back in those, in the 80s and stuff, you had, like, you know, functions, dances and all that, you know, especially Ghanaian dancing. So this was around 89. It was my mum's birthday. She had it at Tottenham Town Hall, the old Tottenham Town Hall. And every time, like, there's a function, you know, you go shopping, like, and stuff. So, because my mum's birthday, I get treated to a new pair of trainers. Love that. And I think at that time, I went to Olympus and I got the latest trainer out, which was the Nike Air SE 3s, with a sock. the sock and the strap, and that was the latest trainer out in the UK. Like that week I had them. You know, I was gassed. I'll be honest, back then I just used to go to Olympus. You know, I'm from North London. They had Olympus in Wood Green Shopping City, and I would go there.
Olympus. We had Olympus in Syracuse as well. Yeah, we had one, bro. Like you're talking the most right now.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember that Olympus in Syracuse as well. And so literally, I'll go and ask for the latest things out. They knew me, like I was a kid, and they loved me. Like I'll go in, you know. So they were like, "Oh, this is the latest one we got." Boom. Okay, mum, I need that. Boom. She got it for me. I'm going to my mum's birthday party now. I'm fly. All my cousins are like, "Oh my god." But then one of my cousins, Kwame, he came. I think his aunt lived in America, lived in Brooklyn, and he had.
I already know what's gonna happen.
Jordan 4s. The Jordan 4, yeah. Wow. I forgot, was it the playoffs? Is one of the Jordan 4s, the breads, and literally, like the attention shifted because those were like it shifted. You know when you feel ouch, like, and I've been competitive my whole life, like, you know, but. That's my family, like, so you know when you get upstage, because when the Jordan 4s came out, what people don't know is back then Jordan wasn't in the UK like that,
bro.
It wasn't.
Preach it, bro. Talk to them, man.
It wasn't.
Let them know.
Like
Let them know. No hate. It's just the truth.
Yeah, it wasn't in the UK like that. So it was from the 4s that they got, like, they started to kind of trickle down. You only get them from like import shops, and if you knew about that type of thing. So when he stepped into the venue, everyone was like, yo, like from my trainers to his. And I remember, like, I kind of, you know, back then you only get one pair. Yeah, I remember, like, my mum's, it's her birthday, I'm big, I'm like, "Mummy, I need this pair, look at this pair," and you know, it didn't happen, you know. So I mean, when I got older, like in the 90s, when they retroed it, I think 99 or something like that, I got a pair, and then I've got so many Jordan 4 breads and stuff now. I beat them, I've just, there's a lot. It's been a lot of transitioning, but that was the pair that I feel that really was like, yo, okay, I need to get that.
I hear that, bro. And obviously, both pair of kicks are fire. Obviously, legendary status goes to the Jordan 4 breads, man, because it's a Jordan 4 bread, bro. What can you say? What can you do, bro? You get me, legendary status, man. But like, I completely co-sign what you said, like, and I've said it on my channel before, because my favorite are the bread 11s. Apart from the band colorway ones, but the bread 11s, like, predominantly. And I've said it, like, there just was a time in the UK where basketball wasn't very popular, and when it got to the stage where, you know, for a type of fashion, a sport to become popular, it needs to sort of permeate other facets of life. We didn't have the infrastructure to support basketball kicks, bro. We didn't have the jeans, we didn't have the joggers, we didn't have the clothes. It just wasn't geared towards it, so it just didn't make sense. You get me? Like, I grew up in Bermondsey, like. Reebok Classics as far as the eye can see, and I was all right with that. You get me? I was cool with that. Workouts, club C's, everything. We're doing it, bro. I really loving it. So when someone rocks up here with some high top thing, bro, you're looking at them sideways, thinking, "What I going for you, bro?" Yeah. But like now, lo and behold, we're loving it. You get me? Because it was all there, man. But yeah, that brings me on to another thing, because obviously you mentioned like your mum's birthday, Tottenham Town. Yeah. I don't know whether you grew up in North, but okay, we love that, bro. Yeah. So talk to me about growing up in North. What was the kicks that kind of reigned in the ends? Like, what would you say if you were to look at your ends growing up? That was the kick that was reigning. That was the one that represented us.
I mean, in the 80s, it was like a various different things. You went from, you know, different Reeboks. Reebok was heavy. Like, people don't know that Reebok ran the streets from the 80s to the early 90s. Reebok was heavy. Nike wasn't even heavy like that back in the day. It was Adidas and Reebok, you know, Diodora, all those different models were running the streets. And it was only really until like the late 80s that Nike penetrated the UK, because they were aggressive. They had the sports people, they had Jordan and all that sort of stuff. But I guess it was classics, the workouts, the Reebok classics. Those were like a uniform. Yeah. You get what I mean? You get the black workouts for school. You know, it'll kind of say this, you know, so it was uniform, you know. But then I think when the Air Max 90s really started to hit,
fire,
then it was a problem. It was a problem.
Air Max 90 was a problem from day one.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
My personal favorite is the Air Max 1, but the Air Max 90 was my first pair of Air Maxes, and legit changed my life. You get me? You get a pair of Air Max 90s. Like, I'm gonna ask you this next question, and you're gonna understand the reason why I say change my life here. Because man, I walked through the valley of the shadow of death to get to my kick, bro. You get me? I've been through, bro. I've been through. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from. You get me? Like, so when my cousin, shout out Sammy, yeah, when he bust me, yeah, he took me. So we talked about Olympus, yeah. Olympus switched to sports division, switched to something else. I think it ended up becoming
sports, and
yeah, get me?
Yeah, and ladies sport, yeah.
So it ended up being. So I think he took me to First Sport, got me the Air Max 90s, right? Blue colorway with the grey, wolf grey, like change, and that was year 7, year 8, like, and this is after me rocking Mercury, Air Zone. Yeah, you get me? Plimsolls. This is after me basically just getting torn apart for my kicks. So I always ask people this question because I feel like that process of me getting to my kicks, yeah, my Nikes and Adidas and all these bigger brands, yeah, I call that character building.
Yeah, indeed.
That character building kicks, because you will get a talking to. People are gonna call you out. They're gonna drag you a little bit. Like, bro, what are those? We were getting what are those about 20, 30 years before what are those was a thing, innit? You get me? Like, so, bro, talk to me. Did you ever have to walk that walk?
Yeah, I did indeed. I had the high techs and the plimsolls and stuff, and you know, there's like the kids nowadays have it so easy because they, you know, despite me having hot pairs, I used to mash up my trainers like crazy. Yeah. So my mum would teach me a lesson and just buy me the plimsolls, you know, and there was some high techs that were banging. Like, you can't tell me. You will get a little the high techs and runs, but if your high techs were clean, they were clean, like, and that's what it was. So, you know, I've had it all. Like, you can't just be what we call the king and just have all nice crap. You got to go through that period of like, oh whoa, like I had some crazy trainers, like, you know. So it is what it is.
You know what? And I'm so happy that you said that, because there's some people out here thinking that the fact that you're the king, you get me? And I respect the crown. The fact that you're the king means you've had a silver spoon in your mouth from day one, bro. And we all know that that's not the truth, bro. Man had to work for the title. Man had to work to put himself in the position. You get me? You have to pay the cost to be the boss. You get me? Like, so we respect that. So like the fact that we can share that. We have that common, experience as young men, Ghanaians out here, man. People. You get me? Like, nah, it's definitely an endearing quality, bro. So let's shift gears a little bit, man, because obviously there's a slight elephant in the room.
Okay.
Small. Your name is the King of Trainers.
Yes.
And there is a well-known sneaker retailer, out here, like doing quite a lot, quite well known. I mean, literally world famous, I'd imagine at this point. You get me? Called JD Sports, and I believe they're referred to as the undisputed King of Trainers.
Oh, fact, yeah, indeed, yeah.
So, like, I think it's one of them things. Is it the chicken or the egg? Which one came first? But was
you see, the thing about it is, you know, John Davis Group, they've been around from the 80s as well. You know, they weren't really heavy, and they started up north, and they weren't really heavy in London until like the late 80s, early 90s. And it was never a thing because we didn't have the internet back then. Like, it was never a thing. Like the King of Train, it was never like a thing to be like, oh, this is on this. But when it became a thing, you know, this was over like about 10 years ago, 11 years ago, like on Twitter, because I have King of Trainers, the handles, and I have the domains and all these different things. And like, they've always had a kind of slogan, King of Trainers, but it's never been a thing. Because when you're young, you don't really think, oh, I'm in front. You don't even think like that. You call yourself whatever, 007. You call yourself whatever you want. Knight Rider. You call yourself whatever you want, and that's just how it.
Bro. That's it, bro.
So on Twitter, like my friend said, Nike on just do it. That's only possible nothing. Why doesn't JD Sports speak to the King of Trainers, and added me in on the Twitter account? And I wasn't big on Twitter like that, how I am on Instagram. So they just started to attack me. Who's this imposter? Blah blah. Yeah, proper like attacked me on Twitter. Wow. And then from there, 2 weeks later, I got a cease and desist from their lawyers.
Wow.
You know. But what people don't know is about 10 years ago, like more than 15 years, about 2003, they had the King of Trainers throughout the 90s as a slogan. Then they went with for best of the best.
Okay, yeah.
And they rebranded to best of the best. So they really put King of Trainers down. And then after, like around 2011, 2012, when we went through what we went through, they then went back to rebrand as the Undisputed King of Trainers. So when you see Undisputed King of Trainers, Undefeated King of Trainers, you know, it may have something to do with what we went through.
I hear that.
Yeah, but yeah, they, you know, they tried to take me to court over it. But trademark law is vast, and you know, if you have a name, and you can't just say, oh, this is mine, and you can't use the type of. There's a lot of grey areas surrounding it. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, they said you kind of, you know, you could do what you kind of want, quote unquote, not you know, in so many words, but and literally that's when I took to Instagram and started to kind of build Instagram, you know, and then, you know, God being so good, we now work together in some capacities. Amazing. From time to time. Amazing. They put me on their Instagram, and they've put me as the King of Trainers on their Instagram. Do you get what I mean? You know, so I mean, I just give thanks. It's just hard work pays off, you know.
Amazing, bro.
Yeah, hard work pays off. That's all I can really say. Consistency. I've been so consistent, you know. But yeah.
Nah, man, bro. I literally that story, like 100% amazing story, bro. Like, obviously, we have to consider the fact that, like, it has been said in the past, big business, like holding the little man down, blah blah blah, all of this stuff there, and obviously using their strength and their lawyers. They probably got a team of lawyers or whatever, like sending us letters and blah blah. Like, the fact that you stood up to them initially anyway showed massive amounts of courage. You get me? Like, in the face, obviously, of potential like legal issues and all that, and then to be able to get to a place of where you could be amicable, and then obviously further than that actually work together on certain projects and stuff. It's a testament to you. It's a testament to them as a business. So yeah, shout out JD Sports, man. Gone up in my estimation. That's an amazing move. You get me? Because the truth is, there is, in my opinion, there's equity in leaning into you being the King of Trainers. There's definite benefits for both sides. You get me? And that ever elusive win-win situation that we're all seeking for in every agreement. You get me? I believe this is one of those. Like, I think it's one of those. You win, they win. Like, you're never going for them in that way. It was never that issue, bro. It was, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it just takes a human being to clock. No, this guy, he's literally for the culture. Like, he represents the culture. And if you don't lean into this guy, you're going against the culture, like, that you say you represent. Like, it don't make sense.
This is it.
It don't make this sense. So I rate everything in that situation. And you know what? Like, it is very, very inspiring to hear that, man. So people out here with your ideas, keep on shooting for the stars.
Yeah,
but remain consistent and hardworking, man. And I'm taking lessons from my man. You get me, man. Trying to stay consistent, trying to keep it moving. One day, you get me, like, I'm saying, we're going bust case, and
no, 100%, you will. In God's name, you will.
Amen to that, big man. You're getting kicks. I'd imagine you're getting kicks left, right, and center, man. You're coming into contact, and it's part of your job at this point, right? But like, when you buy a pair of trainers, literally, is it because of how fast-paced the world that you live in regards to kicks is? Obviously, you're selling shoes, you've got relationships, you've got collaborations. Do you literally, like, buy a pair of shoes and they're on your feet? They might be on your feet within seconds. Or are you literally, do you set them up a little bit, work out how they, like, how do you do it?
That's a good question. I mean, I do get an influx. I get more of an influx now because of what I do as a quote unquote person in the scene. But I sometimes just wear what's in front of me, so I've got a few sneaker rooms and different things, and I'm like, I can't even get into my rooms. It's that bad. So if I get a pair sent to me or whatever, if it's there, I'm literally gonna wear the same shoe. It's quite crazy. And I mean, during the times we're in lockdown, I don't feel the need to kind of run out all the time and put on a new pair and stuff. So I'm sitting on a lot of pairs that are just just waiting.
I think you're literally sitting on like heat central, bro. Like I can imagine your spot is literally blowing up, like it's bursting at the seams, like there's heat everywhere.
It's a bit crazy still. It's a bit crazy. So I mean, as you grow older as well, I have to mention you want what's comfortable as well, because let's face it, there's some kicks that they look beautiful, but they're just uncomfortable. Like,
bro, talk. You're preaching to the choir, bro. My thing is comfort is king. I know you're the king, but for me, comfort is king.
Oh man. So, I mean, especially now, if you're busting, like, I know there's people that would break out of training to go to Tesco's or whatever because of the times, but if I'm gonna make myself uncomfortable, I'll be honest, I want people to see it. That's how I grew up. Like,
real talk.
I grew up buying trainers so we can get the girls. That's how it is. I used to buy more ladies colorways than any. It was all about ladies colorways for me. If I go to the shop, I see Air 95, 90. What's the ladies colorway? Because I can fit into an 11.5, which is a ladies.
Wow.
And back then I was in size 7 and all that. And I was size 7 for a while, like, so I'll be ladies colorways. It was on Smash, the ladies.
Bro, so Smash. Bro, he worked out the cheat code, bro. So
because if you're a dude, like back then, if you're a dude and you have, because the girls love trainers. Let's not get it twisted. They love crap. They look on your feet. So my thing back in the day was, if you have the ladies colorway and they see it on a man, it was a different. Back then, people weren't thinking like that. It was a different dynamic,
bro.
And I used to get girls. What? But how did you? I didn't know they do it in men's. Like, it was like and I start speaking to them, and I made a lot of friends that way.
Oh man, bro. The thing is, back in them days, it was anything to have a little edge. You get me? To have a little bit of anything. So that is ingenious, bro. Yeah. That is ingenious, man.
My little edge.
Yeah, we love that, man. And to be honest, in 2021 now, like, it's commonplace for men to pick up women's only kicks, bro. Like, case in point, the off-white Jordan 4s, the cell colorway that dropped early last year, like, an absolutely impeccable shoe. Women's only. Literally, I've seen probably 2 or 3 women wearing that shoe. The majority of people I've seen rocking that shoe have been dudes. You get me? Because the shoe's straight hot fire. We all recognize it and know it. I know what my women's size is. I'm sure you know what your women's size is. So if real, that 12 and a half, I'm there, bro. You get me? No, 14 and a half people out here. Okay. You get me? 14 and a half for me. I was there, like, so man, we're out here, man. We gotta do what you gotta do, man. Ain't nothing stopping us copying these kicks, bro. So real talk, bro. Like, so this question I'm gonna ask you is good because you've seen a plethora of kicks. You get me? Like, so, like, you don't go too deep in the mind, but like, chat to me. Like, has there ever been a shoe, right? And this doesn't have to be something that you've owned, but just something that like, that was basically like Marmite, that you loved it. Everybody hated.
I would say that. Like, in the beginning, it was the Yeezys, the Adidas Yeezys, like the Adidas Yeezys. Everyone hated that shoe. Like, I remember I previewed the shoe, the 750s and the 350s. I probably was one of the first people to kind of break that shoe. Back when we were allowed to leak stuff, and everyone destroyed it. It was destroyed. Like, people thought Kanye had lost his mind,
bro. Because there was such a disparity between the Air Yeezy and obviously what he was doing with Adidas. Like, people just couldn't get it, man. Going from more of a basketball type shoe to more of a European style, like sneaker, like that lipped shoe. Like, it was just so far. And obviously a lot of the words, a lot of the opinions were coming from America. You get me? salty dudes like that, like, bro, you've left night to go with Adidas, are you alright? But bro, I hear that, you know, because I can't lie, like it took until the V2 for me to get on board, real talk. Like, the V2 was the one that really showed me what I got, because I'm not an early adopter like that. Like I need to see it in the flesh. I need to understand it. You get me? I've never really been a type to just pull the trigger and just be like, bro, fashion forward and just take that. No. I need to see it in a couple of different scenarios to really believe. You get me? Like, but do you know what? Actually, that is a great answer, because like that shoe really divided opinion. It did. It divided opinion on so many levels. Yeah, it literally still does, man. Like people, like I'm pretty much in the boat that, in my opinion, the 350 V2 might possibly be the most comfortable shoe made. I'm in that boat quite comfortably. So I've got a number of pairs of V2s, and I enjoy them. When I wear them, I feel like I'm walking on a cloud. I feel like I'm bouncing down the street. I feel 10 feet tall, Franklin. I'm not gonna lie. I'm enjoying myself. You get me? So, but like but it's so easy to do that now because of how popular the shoe is. The billions and billions of sold, we've seen the numbers, it's crazy. You get me? Whereas in those early days, to be one of the first to get them in the hand and drop them, what were your thoughts when you first saw the early versions of the Yeezys?
Like I'll be honest, I was confused, because the Yeezy ones and the Yeezy 2s he did with Nike were just beautiful. They were
amazing shoes.
A magical shoe. Like, you know, I had a couple of pairs, unfortunately I sold them. But
wow.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, you know, you don't really see the foresight sometimes.
Bro, it's true. It's true, man.
Yeah. You know, and but it's like that going into things sometimes, like that's why I have so much respect for Kanye, despite all his madness, but his creative genius is literally genius. Like, you have to go so hard against the grain to really see the rainbow. Like, you have to, and he did that. He went so far left that people thought he was crazy, and people think he's crazy now, obviously, because he's done other things. But in terms of his design and where he was going, it's definitely one of the quickest selling shoe, like, of all time.
Legit.
You know.
Legit. Yeah, I'm a massive fan. Thank you for that insight. I'm a massive fan of the shoe. I have been for a long time. But like, obviously I alluded to it earlier, and obviously you just touched on it now. The Yeezy 1, the Yeezy 2, like literally legendary shoes. Obviously the Red October, like legendary shoes. You get me? Like, and I think when you have so clearly a creative mind and you're able to produce something that like quite literally is breaking the internet, and people are bending backwards, and Nike is putting massive marketing budget behind and all of that sort of stuff, like to switch to quote unquote like the smaller brand Adidas and to completely change the design. Like when I saw that, right, and the thing is, it's hard to get over the initial confusion of why you would do that, right? Because but then to change the design, obviously he had to change the design because I'm saying, because obviously it's a different brand. You get me? Like, but to be, I'm not a creative guy in that way. Like, it would have taken everything in me to get out that Yeezy 1, bro. Like everything. That would have been my life's work. That's my first album, and I'm going out on top, bro. But for him to rock out the 750s, the 350s, and the V2s, and the 700s, and the V1s, and the V, and I'm like, bro, like, you can't deny this guy's genius. And yes, like you said. Like you said, man, we've all got our problems. Nobody's unstained out here. Nobody's without wrinkle, as the good book says. You get me? Like, we're all out here. We all got our mess. But bro, we have to respect genius. We have to respect creativity. You got it. It's the element in this world that is like an intangible. That creativity, that thing that can create. The ability to create, man. I have to respect it, bro. We're gonna wing our way into a part of the conversation which I like to refer to as the EST of KIC. And when I say EST, I mean est, as in the oldest, the newest, the rarest, expensivest, best. All of them things there, right? Bro, talk to me. You can go fast on this. You can go slow on this. You can do what you want. Feel free.
Got you.
Get me? oldest pair of kicks you currently own?
The oldest pair of kicks I own is probably a pair of... Oh wow! I've got some Air Force 2s from the 80s. Air Force 2s from the 80s. Then I've got a pair of I've got Air Force 2s. I've got some Icaruses. I've got quite a few pairs. Like there's one, I've got quite a few pairs actually from the 80s. Yeah.
How are you holding on to are these still like in good condition?
Yeah, a lot of them are still in good. Well, a lot of them crack bottoms, but a good way. A tip is if you get freezer bags and you put them into freezer bags, zip bags, that will hold the air in, and it will preserve your soles. Yeah.
You heard it here first, people. That's coming straight from the throne. People, listen. By royal decree, get the freezer bags out. Go Tesco's, buy them all up. You get me? Look after your older kicks. Zip that lock. You get me? Alright, big man. What are your newest pair of kicks?
Oh wow. It's the clots. I got the the Air Max clots. Yeah, so I got those.
Yeah, so the ones that I missed out on the sneakers app. So you got them.
I got them.
Oh man, like obviously a shoe, and this is a great segue, but a shoe that definitely divides opinion with regards to its look. Obviously see-through, part of the toe box is see-through. I believe part of the eye stays as well also see-through. Like there's a couple of see-through elements on the shoe, like definitely divides opinion. What are you saying with that shoe? How are you feeling in regards to that shoe, man?
Yeah, no, the shoe's dope. I didn't manage to get one in 2006. It's the retro. Yeah. So it's dope. You just need a good pair of socks, like because it's see-through. You need a good pair of socks. If you can't have your feet out in those because it will steam up, and you need a nice. So my next thing I'm gonna do is get a new pair of socks for them.
Love that.
And rock it.
Love that. Talk to me, bro. Your rarest pair of kicks. Rarest.
Wow. So what I did, I'm in my small place. So I've managed to get I managed to just bring these out. So these are a signed pair of, I don't know if you can see, Spike Lee.
Are you serious, bro?
Yeah, so these are signed by Spike Lee himself. If everyone knows, Do the Right Thing,
bro. Spike Lee signed some cements for the boy.
Yeah, so this is a Spike Lee signed pair. To celebrate the right thing. He came to the UK. So I've got the picture of me and him together when he signed it. So there's it's not real. So yeah, this is probably you ain't gonna find many pairs of these. I've got so many rare kicks, but I think for me it's the stories and what's connected. Like he's an icon. He's our Steven Spielberg, and for him to sign these, and it's crazy because it was actually at a book signing. Shout out my guys from We Are Parable. They do cinema events, and they brought him for She's Gotta Have It series and book signing, and then he came, and literally everyone came with a book to sign, and I was like, nah, I gotta bring my kicks, man. That's Spike, so I grabbed them and I just put my kicks out. He looks at me and he knew what it was.
That's so deep, man. That is literally so dope, man. My first pair of Jordans were Son of Mars.
Yes. No, I see this one right now.
And man, it's just like the Spike Lee connection with that sort of iconic advert that they did as well, man. It's just like those are the things that, like, when we were growing up, we didn't know about until we found out and saw the connect. And you're talking Black history, bro. This is Black history, Black excellence. It's all of these things together, man. People supporting each other, man, helping each other out, like it's all of those things, collaboration and stuff. So yeah, that is literally banger, bro. Yeah, love that. Okay, talk to us a little bit about the collaboration that is coming out. Like what can we expect? What can you talk to us? What can you tell us?
The collaboration's coming out. I'll give you the exclusive. It's going to be a little bit different than what I previewed. So that's the exclusive. It's going to be a little bit different because it took so long through COVID and stuff like that. But it is coming out. You know, I've been having the meetings behind the scenes, and yeah, it's gonna. I just hope people can support it. Do you get what I mean? Because for me, like, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. You know, to have your own shoe, and it was really the people that made it happen. So it's the people power that made it happen. So to kind of bring that element, you know, because like it literally the collaboration wasn't on the table like people think it was. You know, it was literally, I went to a design session. There were so many influencers from around the world, and they said, look guys, here's the tanker shoe, we're re-retroing it. You know, it's a shoe from the 80s, it's a tennis shoe.
It's the Ellesse shoe, by the way, so people Ellesse, because Ellesse we're out there as well. We love Ellesse.
It's actually Ellesse, you know.
Ellesse, apologies, man. I'm from Southeast.
It's all good. It's Ellesse, yeah. So it's all good. But and then literally I just locked into the design. I linked it to Boris Becker's championship jersey when he was wearing it. So one shoe's blue, one shoe's dark blue, one shoe's light blue. I put a preview on my Instagram. But before people saw the shoe, I had like 600 comments. Like it was crazy. So I mean, since then it was supposed to drop quite soon after. Then COVID hit, and then you know, it's literally been pushed so far back. But it's coming. I'm gonna have to rebuild the hype again. But I believe I've done enough for people to appreciate it.
Bro, and yeah, people, man, make sure you go out and support. I definitely will be. You get me? Because everyone knows that man love a little tennis shoe. You get me? Like, so yeah, man, I'm out here. So, bro, talk to me. I just wanted to find out like a couple of little bits and pieces.
Yeah.
I call this section cops and robbers, man, because you get me, in the shoe game, we out here trying to cop kicks, but sometimes sometimes we flop a little bit, man. We might lose something, and you kind of alluded to it earlier, man, but let's talk a little bit. So remember that Maya song from like the early 2000s, I think it was, called The Case of the X, where there was a shoe where it was like, I'm so unhappy now. And you kind of alluded to one earlier, but like it could be whatever as well. Like where I think about it and it's like, how did I let that shoe out of my hands?
Oh man, look, like I mean the Yeezys, like you know, I had a few pairs. I had about two or three pairs, but the money on them was so good at the time, and it wasn't even a reselling thing. It was a fact that, you know, it's just you just, because, you know, I had so many hot pairs, like in just before 2010, and I'll be honest with you, I had a mildly successful business in the early 2000s, so it enabled me to have money to buy a lot of trainers, etc. So I amassed quite a substantial collection. Then towards the credit crunch, my contract started to dry up. I nearly went bankrupt, so I was selling my kicks. I was selling my kicks. I had a sneaker studio selling kicks, and I let some heat go. Like, do you get what I mean? Like Patters and, you know, and Yeezys and all these different pairs. So it's like sometimes you just like, you know, here's what it is. You know,
that's life.
And I think, I'm at the age now where I've accepted it. Like I'm kind of like, I'm not in competition with anybody, and when the time is right, I'll go back, and the ones that I really need to get back, I'll get back. And I feel that's I'm content. I'm content now. I'm content. Yeah.
With that being said, like with someone that has had literally so many pairs of shoes come across their path and through their hands, and is there a grail for you? Like, is there a shoe that has eluded?
I mean, I wouldn't say, I don't think any shoes really eluded me to the point that I would kind of be like, oh man. Like, for me, there are times when things have dropped and I haven't been in a position to purchase, like the Yeezys, the Red Octobers and stuff like that, you know, where I was literally driving as it dropped, like, you know, those situations. But you know, nothing's really, I don't know, nothing's affected me that much, you know, to be like, oh man, like when, for example, like the Jordan 4s dropped recently, or the Union 4s or whatever, and I missed out, and I'm like, oh no, like I missed out on these, let me let me rally back, and but now with the internet, things are just great. Like you can wait, see the price fluctuate, and then if you got the money, yeah. So I'm so content. And let's face it, shoes are coming out every week,
bro.
Like
truth, facts.
And I'm trying to be responsible. So on Fridays I do Financial Friday. I tell people just relax, save your money, be easy. Because I had a mother one time. She DM'd me, and she was just cussing me and saying, "Oh, all my son does is show me your page, and I can't afford all the trains that you post up." And
wow.
You get what I mean? And I never knew I had that effect, So she really kind of gave it to me, and I told her, like, this is what I do, and she understood, and then I kind of thought I have to be socially responsible, because
100%.
what I'm possibly not unconsciously doing is I'm putting pressure on parents, like, the king, he's got this, like, it's crazy. Like, I'm like, yo, like, so on Fridays I try to kind of say, look, here's where you can invest your money if you can't, and it's okay to miss out and stuff. So I don't put too much pressure on myself if I miss out.
Bro, that is such an important lesson in general. Like, I think obviously we're on here, we're on this podcast, we're talking kicks because obviously it's a passion of ours, we love it, it's something that gives us great joy, but also we understand that in this day and age, in this social media age, like, perception and reality are two, like, very vastly different things, unfortunately. And people will look at your page and think that that's your life, innit? Just like buying kicks, selling kicks, just having bare kicks coming in, and they'll put like that kind of pressure on their parents, and it's important for you. And I really applaud the fact that you're like taking that stance to speak to people and let them know, you know what, that's not the be all and end all. You don't have to win every single raffle, fam. It's all right. You get me? You don't have to win every single drop. It's important for people to realize that they can't place so much value on inanimate objects, on kicks or what they wear. It's the person inside, it's the person behind the kick or wearing the kick that's really important. So I really applaud that, man. It's something that I preach a lot as well on my channel, man, because I try and get people to understand, you know what, like, there is opportunities within kicks if you look at it like an investment, just like, because one of the reasons why because there was a period, and I've always loved kicks, but I got married, I have to be responsible, family comes first, boom, 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 right? So I kind of dipped away of it, and then a year ago, I kind of came back into it, and I said I have to find a way to make my passion a priority and be able to speak my truth and enjoy the shoes that maybe I've missed out on. And one of the ways I thought of doing that was, if I buy a pair of trainers that I don't necessarily want, right, and I sell those, I can buy the trainers I do want. So in that way, I'm being responsible to my family, you get me? And that was one of the things I said to people. I was like, there is opportunity, and it doesn't have to be kicks, it can be whatever you want it to be, but like, I made the decision to invest my time and energy in something I'm passionate about. People do the same, like, really. I like, and I'm sure like Franklin would attest to this, like, find things that you're happy, that make you happy and give you joy, and that you're passionate about, and focus your energy in that, man. That's the reason why we're here right now creating this content, is because we love kicks so much. Well, I'm saying that we want to help ourselves and we want to help the community. We want people to understand, you know what, man, this is a fun subject, it's nostalgic, it's romantic, we're enjoying ourselves, you get me? Like, so yeah, do your thing, man. People out here, man, don't put so much pressure on yourselves, you get me, man? Life is too short, man. Enjoy your life, man, you get me? But yeah, man, let's wing our way, man. Let's get into something a little bit left, you get me? Okay, man? Because hit me. I'm gonna ask you, like, I'm gonna ask you a couple left questions, you get me? Because it's not every day you're in the presence of royalty, real talk. I'm ready. I'm ready. So I'm gonna ask you, right, this question. Did you watch Friends back in the day?
I watched some episodes,
Alright. So there was one episode, and I think it was Phoebe chatting to Joey, and you know that conversation's already gonna go mad, but essentially she was like, you know, lobsters mate for life, and she was referring to Rachel and Ross, that they're each other's lobster, that they're the ones for each other. And it got me thinking, like, if there was one shoe that you had to wear for the rest of your life, bro, What are you drawing for, bro?
I'll be honest. I'm drawing from my own collaboration. I want to wear a shoe. I want to wear a shoe. Yeah, I want to wear a shoe that people would look at and be like, "What's that?" And I'll be like, "I made it," and that's it. Like I've invested too much money and time in Nike and in all these brands, and I'm not getting nothing for it. I mean, I am. Don't get me wrong. I love all the people I work with. I'm not saying that, but you know, I'll wear my own.
No, real talk, man. I cannot hate that answer. That is a fire answer, man. We like that. Okay, even further left field, man. You rock up on a desert island, man. This question is called Desert Island Kicks, one of my favorites, right? You don't know how you got there, but you got there with 2 pair of kicks. You get me? What 2 pair of kicks do you have with you on this desert island, and why?
Okay, so on a desert island, I'll be honest, man, I will probably have some Yeezys, only because it's comfortable. And walking on sand, Yeezys is comfortable, so I'll probably have those. And then I guess, depending on where I am, like, am I gonna meet anybody? Like, that's the thing. Like, am I gonna, you know? So I need a pair to stunt. I might draw for like an off-white one or something, just something to, you know. But it's a desert island. I guess it's not practical in it, so we would just maybe an Adidas and a Nike, or you know, yeah.
Okay, I take that, bro. And to be honest, the reason why I love this question is I ask the question and then I go silent. It's because the mindset of people, everyone's mind is so different, you know. I had one person say to me, shout out Sam. He was like, obviously on this desert island I've got superpowers, right? That was one of his first things. So he was like, I could just jump up and I can grab coconuts. Is that what I say? And other people are like, well, I'm gonna get rescued. So other people are like, I'm never gonna get rescued, so I've got to get like. So it's definitely. So I love just understanding people's mindset when it comes to these. But bro, we are literally near the end of this interview, bro. We're literally near the end. We just got a couple of quick fire questions, man.
No problem.
Got some quick fires, and then I got 2 little other questions after that. So, bro, are you ready for the quick fire?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Franklin, now, you're my guy, bro, but I don't take no dilly dally on these. I want your chest. I want you to give it. Like,
you got me.
All right, real talk, bro.
Okay.
So we're gonna start the quick fire questions in 3, 2, 1. Starting off with a banger, my guy. Nike or Adidas?
Nike. I grew up on Nike.
Love that. Can you wear Nike and Adidas together? Yes or no?
Back in the day, yes, but now, no.
Favorite?
But I'm being socially responsible. I can't put pressure on people, you know, because of my position. So that's, you know, you can't, like, when I see the Adidas tracksuit with the Nike Air Force Ones, it grates me a little bit.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Your favorite non-Nike / Adidas brand?
Diodora, and then Diodora, Pumas, you know, Diodora, like, you know, they were the first brand to reach out to me. So
shout out Diodora, man. They do not get enough love. Back in the day, bro, my first football boots, Diodora Bombers, Clarence Seedorf, we're out here. You get me, man? I love that shoe, right? Favorite Adidas model?
The 8000, ZX 8000.
Fire shoe. Favorite Nike model?
Nike, I would say the Air 90s. Yeah.
What is your Jordan number?
4.
Boost or React?
Boost.
Vans or Converse?
Converse.
Laces or slip-ons?
Laces.
Factory laces, are you patterning up your laces?
Pattern up the laces. Yeah, pattern up the laces.
Socks or barefoot?
Socks all day long. Yeah.
Comfort or style?
Comfort. As I got older, comfort.
Love that.
Back in the day it was style, but now comfort. Yeah.
Fresh and clean or beaten and battered?
Fresh and clean. I'm looking at trainers. It's embarrassing if they see me, but I'll be honest, there are some shoes that I just put on them in a quick shot run, and if they see me, it is what it is. Like, they know. I feel that, like I said, I ain't got nothing to prove. If people see me, that's King of Trainers. They know what time it is.
The record is impeccable. It speaks for itself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Washing machine or hand wash?
Hand wash now. Wow. Like some of my pairs. Wow, I think I must have done a ball wash on one of my Air Maxes one time,
bro.
Melted my. I was like, "Aish."
That is literally the sneaker graveyard, bro. It's taking so many kicks, bro. It's taking so many kicks.
And when you start off, you think, you put it in a pillowcase and you think it's gonna be cool. But and then you try a ball wash and then you don't even think that it's gonna.
You blow that whole soul off, bro.
Yeah. You're finished.
Alright, bro. Yeah. Lows or highs?
Lows.
Last quick fire question: triple blacks or white on whites?
Ooh, I want to say triple black, but summer's approaching and it's gonna be bright. I want to say triple blacks, but I'm gonna go for white on white.
We love that, man. King of trainers, Franklin Boateng, please clap for yourself, man. You have reached the end of the quick fire questions. Congratulations. Now I literally have 2 questions for you.
Okay.
First question is, what does the term sneakerhead mean to you?
Wow. So I mean, a lot of people say they're not sneakerhead and all that sort of stuff. Sometimes I say it, sometimes I don't. For me, it's okay. It is what it is. But I feel that it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how many trainers you have. If you love the appreciation of trainers at any age, you're ahead. It's cool. I accept new people. I'm not one of these old guys that is like, oh, the new people. And I look, I invite people. Like I believe I'm very welcoming. So anyone can be a sneakerhead. It's just what I don't like is people who come in for the wrong reasons. They come in to just buy up and stunt on people or try to belittle people. It's never been about that. It's always been about appreciation. Like for me, there's nothing better than seeing someone else. And I'm a congratulator type of person. So I'll see someone and be like, oh, those are dope, and let them know it. From when I was young, like I'll be running up to people, oh my god, where'd you get those, and gassing people, and those are hard, and woo. I'm the gas guy for people. I love that.
That EDM energy, bro. That British gas.
Yeah. So like when I see people trying to be too cool and not, that's not for me. It's your attitude and your aura. So, that's what I call a sneaker.
Bro, thank you so much for that. So it's the last question of the night, man, and it kind of asks itself. Franklin Boateng, aka the King of Trainers. Are you a sneakerhead?
Yeah, I am. I am. My attitude makes me one, not my collection.
Bro, you could not have said it any better, bro. It's about the passion, it's about the enjoyment, it's about the love. It ain't about how big your collection is, bro. People out here, man, just I'm saying, like, obviously do what you want, but just enjoy life, man. Don't put the pressure on yourself, man. Don't think, oh, I've got to have 50, 60, 120, like, oh, nah, bro. Just enjoy your life, man, and don't put the pressure on yourself. But Franklin, man, I have to say, we have reached the end.
Oh man,
this has been your KicksKhronicles, man. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate you, man. Keep going. Keep consistent. Everyone who's listening to this, like whatever you're doing, be consistent, man. Because I only got here through consistency. I'm not smarter than anybody. I'm not above anyone. I was just consistent, and I'm just still going, and I love it.
I truly appreciate your time. Before we go, man, please, like, obviously tell the millions and millions of people that are watching this, speaking it into existence. Tell everybody watching what you've got going on, how they can support. Like,
yeah, I mean, just I guess follow me on Instagram. I just do so many different things. Check out my personal website, franklinboateng.com. And then hopefully when my shoe comes, if people can just buy it for me, please, or buy it, and then we'll see open doors for people. That's what it's about.
Real talk. Yeah, people, please go out and support Franklin. I will make sure that his Instagram handle, like YouTube, every handle handle the ball is gonna be about. You get me, like, so. Yeah, I'm saying, please go and add to his massive numbers. Put that time in. You get me, like. Obviously, I've been your boy PROZECH. This has been an amazing opportunity for me to sit down with somebody that I consider like someone so humble and literally a legend in the game. So, like, people, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff. Make sure you stay connected. Like, God makes a way, you know. Man's got king of trainers on the thing, you know. We're going higher, like come on, man. I'm saying, let's do this.
You were high before me, man. You were high before.
Obviously, people, if this is a podcast, if you prefer the audio version, it's available on Apple, Spotify, Google, SoundCloud, everywhere you get your podcasts. My socials are at PROZECH on Instagram and Twitter. As I said, King of Trainers is going to be out here, and he's available on everywhere. I'm going to put that in the description so people are going to be able to link up. And yeah, like, once again, massive thank you to you people for joining us. To you, my guy, my king, my liege. You get me?
That's so good. Stop.
Bro, and until we see you, man, down the road, man, everybody stay blessed. Thank you for listening to this episode of KicksKhronicles. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, rate, review, and all that good stuff. And remember, full video version is available on YouTube, audio versions available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.